Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Discard Dead, where I like to take you on a journey through the history of long forgotten, dead, out of print card games. Normally I open boxes, but today I've got a little bit of something special. I had a very enjoyable mail day a little while ago. I received a bunch of various packs from various card games, some of which are kind of obscure. But I'll just lay them out for you right now. So today we've got a pack of Battle Cards by Merlin, Towers in Time by Thunder Castle Games, Rage by White Wolf with Upper Deck. We've got Hercules: The Legendary Journeys by Wizards of the Coast, Teen Titans by Bandai with DC, or vice versa. We have Blue Dragon, the role-playing card game. So let me move those up. By Konami. We have the Superheat Skateboard trading card game. Also by Konami. And we have the My Little Pony collectible card game by Enterplay. So I'll be doing these chronologically, and we're going to start off with battle cards. Excuse me. Okay, so Battle Cards was made by Merlin Publishing in 1993 and was considered... So Magic the Gathering was considered to be the first trading card game. And it was argued that Battle Cards was actually the first one before that. However, due to the nature of the actual game itself, it can't be classified as a collectible card game or even a trading card game. Well, you can still trade the cards, but... Anyway, so it's a fantasy-themed scratch and slay card game created by Steve Jackson. The game did not require a deck of cards. A single pack was pretty much all you needed to play. Players scratched off various dots in different parts of the cards until a wound icon was shown. Now you'll notice that these do not feature rounded corners like most card games do. You would scratch off these little icons. Wow. Titania, Homunculus, Decaya. Some of the artwork on this is absolutely amazing. Venomous, Beast Riders, Baron Oldschwartz, Trading Post. Wow, okay. It's very rare that you see a game that... I don't know if this is just an anomaly, but it's very rare that you see a game that actually has duplicates of a particular card in a single pack. Yeah, so each of these cards have... These are essentially basically scratching trading cards with game elements, I think is probably a better way to describe the game. There are descriptions of each of the different cards on the back, a checklist. Wow, that's really crazy. Yeah, so you have your characters like your Beast Riders, the Venomous, Decaya. You have checklist cards, and there's also miscellaneous things like there are secrets, there are quest cards, there are maps, and so on. That's really cool. Let's see. Let's do Trading Post since I've got a duplicate of it. I should probably use a coin for this. Yeah, so after you've scratched it, the card basically becomes useless essentially. You can't really reuse these kind of cards for further play. You can trade them with other people if you want to, but I don't know. Very interesting. And some of these are extremely difficult to read, but it's alright. Anyway, that was Battle Cards. by Merlin. Next up, we have a pack of Towers in Time. Towers in Time was released in 1994 by Thunder Castle Games. It's again about powerful wizards who ruled mighty towers beyond time and space. They amassed their armies in preparation for invading other wizards' territories. Game phases are simultaneously completed by both players at the same time. They equip various things to... Oh, these are crazy. Various things to their creatures. Okay. Immune Elemental. I think of these different various icons for... I'm not even sure what all of these do. I honestly have not... I don't really know much about this game. Oh, interesting. Cone of Cold. So I think... So that must be... So maybe that's an ice thing, maybe that's an attack icon, I don't really know. One of the things that I actually do know about this is that it was a bit clunky to play, and even at the time when this game was being released, it wasn't exactly easy to get a hold of the rules. The starter decks that you could purchase to play didn't even come with the rules. Yeah, the rules were like shrink wrapped with the box, like outside of the box. So it was like yeah, I don't know. These are really nice cards though. The centering is uniform. Really nice design. I actually do like the design. All the different icons are a bit... Wow. All the different icons on these cards are incredible. Like, so many icons. I don't even understand. I couldn't even begin to understand from a glance. Wow. Anyway, sorry I can't be very much more informative about Towers in Time. But anyway, on to the next one. So, next we have a pack of Rage from 1995 by White Wolf with Upper Deck. So Rage is based on the Werewolf the Apocalypse trading card game. The game itself is essentially about packs of werewolves which are competing with other packs to save the Earth, essentially. Oh, wow. And there are a lot of different types of cards. So the most important ones, there are three main types of cards. You have your character cards, which have both a breed form and then their battle form, and they have things like their victory points worth, what kind of werewolf tribe they're from, what phase of the moon they were born of, and what their breed form is. They have various abilities. And then you have combat cards. Wow. Yeah, okay. So you have combat cards, which are combat actions and combat events, which can be used during the combat phase. And then you have your Sept cards. The Sept is going to be basically your main deck outside of combat. There's another. Okay, so this is a Silver Fangs. This is Greyfist. He is a Homid, which means that he was born a human, and he has his battle form there. So your Sept cards have got a whole lot of different types. You've got survivors. You've got gifts, which are like special abilities, special pseudo semi-magical abilities. Events. You've got actions. You've got moots, which are sort of like your gatherings. More gifts, but you also have equipment. You've got weapons, you've got territories and realms and battlefields. You have enemies and victims cards, you've got totems, you've got lunar phases, you've got past lives, ritual cards. There's a lot. There's a lot of complexity to the game. When you get into it, when you've played a few games, you get the hang of it. But if you're familiar with Werewolf the Apocalypse, then this is a really cool game to jump into. Okay, so moving along, next up we've got a pack of Hercules the Legendary Journeys. So this was released in 1998 by Wizards of the Coast. This game utilizes what's known as the Arc system, which is it's a watered down, easier version of the Magic the Gathering rules. You have 3 types of cards: resources, characters, and actions. And there are, where Magic has 5 colors, you only have 3: green, red, and blue. You build decks, you use resources to play your characters and your actions. Characters only have 1 combat stat, whereas in Magic you've got attack and defense. They've only got 1 in this one. In addition to the Hercules series, there were a couple of sets that were based on the Xena the Warrior Princess TV show and the C23 comic strip or comic book series. They all use the same system, the Arc system. They're compatible with each other, even though they all have different card backs. Okay, moving along. We have a pack of Teen Titans from 2005 by DC with Bandai. It says Booster Series 1, but I don't think there was actually another expansion, another set. Okay. So generally this game runs around where you build a team of your Titans. Ooh, I've got a foil. Okay. You build a team of your Titans or your associated characters or villains. You go into battle at field, and your field cards are your locations where you do battle. Character cards have got grades, where you can upgrade characters to higher levels. You have skills, which have different strength bonuses depending on the grade of the character. And then you have storylines. Storylines have different effects over various aspects of the game. They can affect characters, they can affect the way a character's skill works, they can affect combat, they can affect the locations. And a lot of the way this game works is that you pay resources by discarding cards, I think from the deck. I think cards are discarded from the top of the deck. Not entirely sure, but yeah. But, nice layout, really nice comic book style layout. Big giant words everywhere, which is really cool. I'm going to, excuse me, while I sleeve this one up. Cool. Let's see. Next up, we have got a pack of Blue Dragon, the role-playing card game. So, by Konami in 2007, it's based off the role-playing game series on Xbox by the same name, Blue Dragon. Blue Dragon was an interesting sort of game. It was your standard sort of JRPG fare, except that the art style is by Akira Toriyama, who is known for Dr. Slump, O'Reilly, and Dragon Ball. The games themselves, the games are written by was it Hironobu Sakaguchi, who did the writing for the Final Fantasy games, or at least the very first one anyway. And the music was done by Nobuo Uematsu, who is the composer for Final Fantasy games. It's incredible. Okay, so packs have a rule or strategies and tip cards. That's great. I think... Nope, standard size. Okay. So the game itself involves characters summoning their shadows beating up monsters, gaining experience, which is a whole thing in this. Characters can gain experience, they can gain levels, and I think experience is used as a resource to purchase things like skills or commands. So you've got partners, Moody Dragon, cool. So you've got partners, you've got shadows, which are which can join up with partners, I think, and you've got skills which boost up your your character's abilities, or they put debuffs on your opponents, and you've got commands, which are sort of like the actions that a character can take in a game. In English, there were only 2 sets that were released. There was the Heroes Arise, which is the first one, which is this set, and there were also the Destinies Unite. There were 2 starter decks, a light Shadow Wielder and a dark Shadow Wielder themed deck. That's good. Oh no, they are small. Are they small? They are. Okay, so these are Japanese-sized cards, not standard size like Magic or Pokemon. These are Yu-Gi-Oh! Sized cards. Crazy. All right, well, that's fine. Anyway, so back onto it. So the Japanese sets actually went up to, I think, 4 or maybe 5 expansion sets. I'm not too sure. Wow. Cool. All right. Alrighty, so, excuse me. Next up we have Superheat, the skateboard trading card game. Released in 2011 by Konami. So Superheat is in case you didn't get it the first time, it's a skateboarding card game. It's about linking tricks together to score the highest amount of points in a heat, which is sort of like I think you best 2 out of 3 rounds. Oh wow, that's a nice card back. Okay. You progressively link up higher and higher scoring tricks by joining up entry and exit points. So this will be an exit point, this will be an entry point for your trick. And this would actually, so having these 2 tricks line up like this would actually be a valid action during your turn. You can play tricks linking together as long as the next trick along has a higher points value. So we've got, these are standard tricks. These are these are professional skater signature tricks, I think. They have different sort of effects or abilities. We have our Superheat Pro card. So each deck is going to be based off one of these professional skaters. More tricks. We've got Throwdown cards, which have different effects. You can throw down one of these to mess up or interfere with your opponent. And so I guess this is a rare card because it has a silver foil around the set icon, whereas some of these have yellow. I don't understand what that means. I think the yellow ones are going to be the uncommons and the grey ones are the commons. But packs also have a single trading card in them, which is not something I've seen before. And it's all nicely textured. It's got silver foiling on it. It actually looks really cool. I think so. The game itself is relatively easy to play. You have a deck of 40 cards and a Pro Skater card. You try and link up progressively higher scoring tricks through their entry and exit lines. And when it's all finished, when it's all done and dusted, so if you can't link a higher scoring card to any of your other cards, then that counts as a fail. And when you get 3 fails, that's the end of the round. And then you find out which line of tricks is the highest scoring, and whoever has that is the winner. So what I mean by that is, you have your pro skater, you have your exit lines there, so your entry lines or whichever. So if you have a red and black, you can either hook it up with a red card or a black card. If you have a black card here, you must link it with another black card. And if you have a, okay, well I don't have one, but if you can hook this up with a red card, or if this was supposed to be a red, if this is red, you can only hook it up with another red card. Yeah, and so during your turn, you start off with, I think it's 5 cards in your first hand, and you basically just lay as many tricks down as you can to, oh goodness. So it'll come out like this, and then the next thing you can do is you can keep on linking other cards together, but unfortunately I would fail there because I don't have any extra black cards to line up with that. So the highest scoring single line of tricks will be your scoring point. Wow, that's cool. Oh, right. Last but definitely not least, I have got a pack of My Little Pony collectible card game. So this is from 2013 from Enterplay. 12 card packs. You basically a scenario completion game. You spend your turns. You start off with a main character, as in a horse's mane. You have your main character, you have a stable, you fill your stable with allies, such as other ponies, unicorns, alicorns, etc. You have events to boost your main characters and their cohorts, and you take down the big meanies that are threatening the town or whatever. Okay, so we've got a friend who is a pony, another friend. We have a problem. So this is where your scenario solving comes into it. So whenever you have one of these, you assign characters from your stable to here. You've got color requirements, and you win bonus points when you complete one. And whoever gets, I think it's 5 or is it 12 victory points, something like that. Whoever has the highest number of victory points wins. More friends, another problem. We've got another friend. We've got another friend. We've got another problem. We've got events. There are also accessories, and there are troublemakers, which are, they're sort of like the bad guys, sort of like the big meanies. Anyway, that was basically it. You know, My Little Pony it went for quite a while actually. I think I had about 7 or 8, maybe 9 or 10 sets. A whole variety of different starter decks. They had tournaments. There was a whole big thing for it. It went for quite a while. But anyway, that was 8 packs of old trading card games. Actually, I have one more thing. It's not from a card game, but I also managed to pick up a jumbo pack of Little Mermaid cards from, I don't even know what year it's from. 1991, sorry. 1991. So I saw on eBay there were 3 of these together, really cheap, so I figured, why not? And it's a jumbo pack. It's like 30 cards in a pack. That's crazy. And it's a nice, it's like one of those old school 90s plastic packs. Excuse me, goodness. Oh man, this is crazy. So 24 story cards, 3 color-ins, 2 stand-ups, and a static stickum card. These look like they've held up surprisingly well, despite the condition of the pack. Wow, That's Ursula getting the trident. That's Ursula rising out of the sea. That's Ursula again going crazy in a human form. Is that King Neptune with the trident? Ariel and what's his name? Is it Eric? Eric, it is Eric. Ariel and Eric. Ariel and a bath. Ariel and a fish. Ariel and a crab. Ariel signing her soul away. Or just her voice. Ariel and a fish. Triton, not Neptune, God. Triton and his dolphins. Ariel and a fish and a seagull. Sebastian the crustacean. Ariel. Flamingos going crazy. Princess and king. Oh yeah, these little dudes. Gosh. Powers that more. Feet for the first time. Flotsam and Jetsam. Ariel going crazy underwater. Ariel going crazy in a mirror. Ariel going crazy on a boat. What's this? What is this? Oh, it's a stand-up card. Oh, wow. So we've got a flounder stand-up. Wow, that's crazy. A chef stand-up. A colouring in card. Oh, man. So that must be the static stickum. I guess that must be a sticker. What? How many colour-ins did we get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colouring in cards. Okay. And 2 stand-ups, 1 stickum. Are they on both sides as well? Sebastian and Chef Louis. Eric, Ariel. Scuttle. Ariel and Flounder. Wow, that's cool. All right. Well, that was something a bit different. Cool. Thank you very much for sticking around. If you've got any comments or if you'd like to, if you have any suggestions or whatever. I don't know, or if there's something that you would like to see, if you have any old card games that you've had an interest in or that you used to play, that you would like to see, someone else crack or open up, by all means, drop me a line. And I think this is actually the first time that I've actually said it, but if you want, you can like this video. If you want, you can subscribe to my channel. Entirely up to you. Anyway, hope you guys are all staying safe. Hope you guys are all well and hale and hearty. And have a good night. See ya.